I'm gonna try and keep this brief, like pretty brief, but I was just thinking about something. So I've been seeing a lot of different things, and you just hear people say these things. People like to talk about how community is dead, and it's a lot of individualism being pushed, and I do get that. I disagree with the community being dead. I feel like there is community. It just depends on where you are and if you are willing to seek that community. Okay, maybe you have to take the responsibility and take the initiative of setting up your own community, because that's what a lot of people do. They just set up these events, they promote it, and see if people come out. And sometimes it's not even, you don't have to buy anything. Some of the stuff is free. So I always get confused when people say there is no community. I think now more than ever, community, yeah, when you think about things that are going on in the world right now, yes, it is important. And we should all be trying to lean on each other in one way or another, right? They say it takes a village. But I will say, because of the things that are being pushed in social media, the United States being very capitalistic, it's built on capitalism. And yes, you do need people to build it, but in this day and age, it's kind of like with these jobs and everything, it pushes people to be more focused on just working more and just trying to build up a bank account and things like that. And it's nothing wrong with that, but it kind of pushes you away from community and more on, oh, I gotta do this on my own, right? Do these things by myself. And I get it. Some people, they feel like, I think the other part of the reason why some people do not like some people don't like the community thing, especially it could be within family, or it could be something going on in your neighborhood. It could be anything. A lot of people do not like it, or they say you should do things on your own. And they say these things because of, I would say, it's like the backlash or ridicule and shame you get from showing what some would say weakness, or just showing that you need help. And that's okay. A lot of people do need help, but I think there's a lot of shame with that. Instead of asking and going to the certain things and trying to get that help, you internalize that, and you feel, oh, I need to do this on my own. I need to do this myself. I need to figure this out myself, because it's like, maybe it's like a challenge for some. It's like, nah, I can take this on my own. But it's like, it doesn't have to be that way. And most of it comes from people shaming people for getting help and not doing it on their own, or people get shamed for asking for help or receiving help. It's a shame thing. And some people in these communities, families, whatever, friends, colleagues, if they're bashing you and putting your business out there and talking stuff about you, talking bad about you, and judging your situation, or whatever have you, it makes you feel like, at that point, it's like, almost cursed. I almost cursed, y'all. Well, it makes you feel like, F this community stuff, because I don't want nobody all in my business. I don't want nobody knowing this, and that. I don't want nobody shaming me, telling me, look what I did for them, look what I did for you, da-da-da. So I can see why some people don't want to receive help or even ask for help. There is a shame factor, there's a pride factor, and it has something, like I said, I'm going to reiterate that. Basically, it has to do with people, like, say some people do help you, right? They'll never let you hear the end of it. It's like they throw it in your face, and I don't think people don't want certain things to be thrown back in their face. And it's like, okay, if you're gonna help somebody, it should be out of the kindness of your heart, not so that you can, like, throw it in their face and bash them later about it. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just very messed up. I can understand why people are kind of against it, and then that pushes them more towards individualism. But yeah, according to, like, if we talk about society as a whole, I would say people feel like they do need to do things I would say on their own, or keep to themselves, because it's like they have to be working. Like some people just work a lot, so it forces them to be isolated because they're just working so much, trying to work towards something, and then just being in an isolation period, which does suck, and that's not a good quality of life. And then you realize you did all that work, and it's kind of like, okay, now you have nobody, you're not really talking to nobody, and you don't have people to talk, you just don't have nobody to talk to, and you feel empty, and you don't want that. So even, I understand that it's like it's good to have a support system around, have a one good friend around, like somebody you can have around to talk to, and have a group of people that you can actually count on. And that's what I would say what community is. It's like, yeah, hold each other accountable. People make mistakes and stuff, and you try to still help them and help them learn from their mistakes. But also, without the other stuff, it's like, yeah, other stuff is unnecessary. But yeah, I would say it is cool to see people still doing community stuff. Like even when I go into certain restaurants, I see stuff on the wall. It's people still having toy drives. It's still people having like outings and things like that. I think it's cool to have some type of socialization, have some type of community there. And community can be anything. It doesn't have to be a whole organization or the things you see online, or a whole business. It could just be you trying to set something up with some people, just trying to help out that person, try to support somebody. It's like you could show up in small ways, and then eventually it can turn into something. It can turn into something big. But I would say it takes we could work, like, sure, we could all work together, right? We could all work together. But yeah, if you take all that negative stuff out, because I will say certain communities, would you say some certain communities could be toxic? That could be a whole discussion. But yeah, video little all over the place. But I'm just going to say, I see it, and in this day and age, community is needed a lot more, because especially with the rising cost of things. I think if all of us, like, think about it. Think if everybody just learned how to farm and grow stuff. Do you know how good we would be? We wouldn't even have to buy nothing from nowhere anyway. Yeah, maybe clothes here and there and stuff like that. But it's just like, yeah. But community is around. It's here. But I also see why some people just don't trust it or don't like it. It can feel overwhelmed and like it's too much. But it's all about helping people. That's all it is. Community is helping people, just trying to show up. It could be anything. It could be anything, y'all. But yeah, y'all, this app is acting weird. But yeah, y'all, that's it. Let me know what you think about this video. This video is kind of long, and you guys have a good rest of your day/night, whatever you're seeing this from and watching this on. All right, cool. Peace. Y'all have a good night. Bye.